Now we are going to do another setup, but this time we will use 5 cups instead of 3 cups. And our aim is to focus on the bottom of the cups to let them appear as if they are columns for a big castle or something abstract like that. We would like to have the bottom of the cups to be lit in a good way. So we saw in the previous video that when we have our softbox coming from the back a little bit, it will reflect good amount of white color on the bottom of the cups because the light is taking the color, the white color from the softbox itself, from the fabric on it. So we put our 5 cups and we aim to take some low angles to have this effect, the nice effect that we are looking for. And we have to keep in mind 2 things. In this situation, I might see the softbox in the camera. If this happens, this will be not good because the softbox on the camera will appear as pure white light. And this will ruin the overall dark picture that we are creating. So if we can see the softbox in the camera, we should change the position of the softbox a little bit or change the position of the cups so that we don't see the softbox. So make sure not to see it at all when taking your shots. The other thing, at the moment I have the cups in the middle of the table. I'm not sure right now if I need to take them a little bit to the back or not, because we aim to have good amount of reflection of the cups on the acrylic. So at this position, I'm not sure if the camera can show me the reflections and the cups without seeing the edge of the table. If in this setup I see the edge of the table, it means I have to take the cups a little bit to the back so I don't see the edge of the table and take the shot. I will start in the same lighting that we did in the previous video, and if anything I don't like in the light, we will change it. This picture is the result of the lighting setup that we used in the previous video. If we look again to the lighting setup, the setup contains 3 main items. The first thing is the softbox, which is the main light of our setup. It is oriented 45 degrees towards the table and the cups. And the second light is the spotlight, which is a hard light directly above our cups. The third item is a gobo, and it is used to decrease the amount of light that will hit the cups. So this is the lighting setup that we are using, and the result was the following picture. So in this example, our focus is not the lighting itself. We are not saying that the lighting is not important, but we already did a very nice lighting from the previous setup. Our focus is how can we do a picture that will look like a castle, columns, or something artistic like that. So our focus is the lower part of the cups. To reach our aim, the whole thing is by selecting the correct lens for shooting and the right angle of shooting. In our first trial, we used the lens 70-100 mm and we took a certain angle which resulted in the following picture. If we change our position a little bit, we get this picture, which is also very nice and it has all the drama that we are looking for, but it is still not giving us the effect that we want, which is castle columns standing next to each other. So the trick is to know which lens to use to produce the desired result. Obviously, by using the lens 70-100, we will not be able to produce it. So, in a while, we are going to try another lens, a wide-angle lens, to see what differences we can get when using such a lens. I noticed one thing in the pictures, that they are a little bit bright. So I would like to decrease the power of the light. But instead of playing in the light power itself, I will play on the camera. I will change the aperture. I'm shooting at f16, so I will change it to f22 or f20. In that case, less light will enter into the camera and I will have the effect that I desire. One more thing, since I'm using the lens 70-100, I will not be able to come very close to the cups because I will not be able to do focus on the lens. If I needed to come too close, I will change the lens to something like 24-70 and take the shots that I want. This picture is the result of using the lens 24-70mm, and it was shot at 24mm, which is the wide section of the lens. This picture gives us the effect that we were looking for. The impression is achieved when we have the first cup appearing as the longest cup among the rest. In this picture, the first cup is the tallest one, the second one is shorter, and the one after is shorter, and so on. So these cups, they have a decreasing length like the green line above the picture. This is only achieved by using a wide-angle lens. If we use a telephoto lens like the one we took in the previous picture using the 70-200 at 200mm, we can see that this picture has a totally different feeling. And that's because the first cup now is the shortest among the rest. So all the cups have a decreasing length like the green line above them. So to get the desired effect, the trick was not the lighting itself, it was the correct lens usage and the right angle for shooting the picture. And in this particular example, we are only able to do it if we use a wide-angle lens.